talked about how they brought in another superstar, another all-star caliber player, you know, Mr. Triple Double himself, you know, Brodie, Russell Westbrook, Mr. 2020, you know, RIP Nipsey. You know, everybody forget he did that before. But you know, they added some more players in free agency, man. That was a sign. That was a sign and trade, or a trade, not even what's the name, but you know, they brought. You know, free agency happened, and they brought in Carmelo Anthony, the likes of Kent Bazemore. They brought in some more shooters. You feel me? Wayne Ellington. You know, if you're a Heat lifer, you know, for Miami folks or my Heat fan, Wayne Ellington played down here. You know, like you said, Malik Monk. A lot of
if you're a real Heat lifer, then you know about that Kendrick Nunn. That shit hit niggas deep.
Hey, Kendrick Nunn, you know, so how you feel about just the trades, you know, across the board for the Lakers? How do you make it feel like that transition into a new year with basically a whole new roster? They brought in, you know, a whole new team.
Listen, man. Hey, people been talking a whole lot of shit about the Lakers when it comes to how they're gonna make this shit work. Whether it's gonna work, whether it's gonna fit or not. Listen, I am a Russell Westbrook fan, and I'm not ashamed of it. And I ain't ducking no verbal or keyboard smoke when it comes to debating Russell Westbrook when it comes to all this shit. I know all his deficiencies. I know what he fucks up
what
at.
What he good at? Yeah, you know what he good at. What he bad at? His SWAT.
I understand the whole situation. I understand the whole situation, but when it comes down to it, bro. This is the best position he's ever been at because he's going to be playing with a solidified playmaker that he could defer to. When he played with Kevin Durant, he didn't have to defer to. He wasn't solidified yet. He didn't have any rings at the point in time. When he played with James Harden,
I would say not even the rings, but not to cut you off. I would just say, like you said, he's not a playmaker. Like Kevin Durant probably get you 5 assists. You know that you have a true point guard playing with someone like Kevin Durant. You feel me? He can get his own shot, but you still need to set him up, run some plays, you know, have somebody else initiate the offense. With this Bron situation, man, Bron, he can do everything. Like Brodie can play off the ball, and it's gonna give Bron the opportunity to play off the ball and take some games off. You feel me? So you know, that's all I wanted to say. You know, but it's your man's. So let these niggas know about Brodie, man.
Man, Brodie gonna have one of the best seasons he ever had because he can play off the ball. It's going to be similar to when Brodie played with James Harden when you had somebody else that was a third scorer. Because when they both was on the court together, he will play off ball and he just attacking the whole damn time. He's attacking, looking to score because he doesn't have to worry about that. He can be just aggressive. And then they got the shooters that they need. It doesn't matter whether they age or whatever like that. They got the shooters that they need. It's all 40% 3-point shooters on the outside to stretch the court out. So they should be able to handle up when they should be able to do what they need to do. And I mean,
I'm listening.
It always what you want to say?
Oh, I'm gonna say, you know, some of the downfall, what they say with this team is the defensive part. You know, Melo not really too known for defense. Who else they say? You know, Bron older in his career, he's not, you know, that defensive stopper, that anchor. But you gotta understand, we have AD on the court. You know, AD is when he's healthy and he's playing the top of his game, he's a DPOI type player. You know, blocking, sticking 1 through 5. He can play ladder. You know, he can do a lot of things on the court. So they make up for what they lose in defense. They make up with scoring.
We got a nigga like that. Hell yeah.
And then you have one of the top scorers, man. Melo's, you know, even though he's been injured, you know, they tried to blackball my boy out the league.
They tried to get the boy dirty.
Melo been one of the best scorers, you know, behind Kevin Durant. And after Kobe left, Melo was one of the best scorers, man. Y'all forgot when Melo had that 15 on at Denver, or when he first went to New York with J.R. Smith and, you know, Shumpert. Man, I just played them boys on 2K, so, you know, I'm going to refer everything to video games. Them boys elite. Them boys elite on the game.
And the way that Melo scores, it's like you could be old and still get buckets. Last year, he was putting up 13 to 15 shots a game, and still shot at a very great percentage rate, high clip. He shot over 40% from 3-point range last. And
that's dope. And that's all they need, bro.
That's all they need. I looked it up. Ray Allen's last year with the Heat, he shot 38%.
And
that's Ray Allen.
And that's what Kendrick Nunn. That's probably the worst shooter on the team right now, with Kendrick Nunn and Westbrook. But 38%, that's still decent. You feel me? Like that's like nowadays that more people are scoring, you know, shooting threes. So that's not high. But you know, a couple years ago, 38%, you was elite 3-point shooter. You know,
gunning that hole
with that.
If Ray Allen shot 38% his last year with the Heat,
that was the year they won the championship, right? The shot and the rebound, or that was the year after.
I don't know about the year after, but at one point he shot 44%, but in his last
he went down 38%.